Hello, air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Oh, suddenly there's something weird going on with my throat. I do have a voice. Excuse me. I'm not going to restart this video. I hope that you are doing well. This is a message for the air signs for this eclipse energy. We are moving into a new moon solar eclipse on the 20th here where I live, 420. Depending on where you live, the 19th or the 20th will be the first eclipse point that we will be moving through. And then 2 weeks prior, we will have the lunar full moon eclipse. Anyway, this is your message for this first eclipse pass for the air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. I'm sorry for the glare. The sun is just moving in. It was not out before I started this video. So that might be a good sign that the sun is shining again. So let's see what comes through for you, air signs. Message for the air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Adjustments are required and a new romantic cycle begins. So what I'm getting from these two cards coming out together is that you are moving into a new cycle. A new exciting cycle. It could be a new romantic connective cycle. You with yourself, you with another, and you with life in general. But there are some adjustments that are required. And I'm getting its perspective and maybe a release of some negativity. Let's see what else wants to come out. Okay. Bottom of the deck, surrender to the divine. And what plopped right out as I attempted to shuffle is show the world the real you. So this might have something to do with some of the adjustments that are required, coming out of your shell, coming out of your own self-judgment. Let's see what energy is directing this reading here for you, air signs, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You might even feel it. You might feel like changes in the air. Something exciting is, I feel it, I feel it. I'm not seeing it yet, but I feel it. And we have trine, and this might be why you're feeling it. There's angelic support. This is helping you come into a much more harmonious flow with energy, with your life path currently. So things might start to just be falling into place for you, and maybe some new exciting things are on the horizon that you're already witnessing. Surrender your energy to this and allow things to fall into place. So let's talk about these adjustments for the air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. I thought I saw a card. No. Okay. Let's talk about these adjustments that are required for the air signs. And that's very interesting. This card does not even belong to this deck. It belongs to another deck, but we're going to take it. Heartache and loss. So you're still going through a grief process. And once you get to a point of acceptance, and surrendering, you'll start to realize Sorry. You'll start to realize and recognize more and more of the cosmic mirror. What's being reflected to you is basically your own self-judgment, your own self-doubt. Can I have another one for heartache and loss? This actually stems so deeply, it may just be surfacing to the conscious level. Okay, I was feeling judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So this is what's required, is this judgment that we place on ourselves and judgment that we place on others. Others also reflect the judgment that we place on ourselves and on them. Go deeper. This judgment, I was just talking about this with the water signs. You know, when you get to a certain point in your conscious awareness of your path and what the universe is showing, you start to realize that, because the truth starts to become revealed, and you're realizing that I am my own worst enemy. I am my own inner critic, judge, juror, and it's reflecting to me from everyone and everything. I mean, I come to those realizations a lot, and then I do them again and again. I mean, not for as long, but it's just like, oh my God, I was so, I thought I did something wrong, or I thought I said the wrong thing, or, you end up being a little paranoid sometimes. So these adjustments are required, air signs, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Definitely feeling some paranoia there. When we're judging others, we're judging that aspect of ourselves. Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Yeah. The universe is really asking us to get truly, deeply honest with ourselves in all aspects of life, and to be open, to surrender to what the divine is showing us. Emotions are running high. That was below this card. Emotions are running high. In both areas. So depending on what emotions you're working with right now, they are elevated. And it could be happiness, it could be judgmentalness, it could be a lot of different things. It's important to be honest with yourself and honest with others, and we will receive the same in turn. This is as we move into a new cycle. Abundance. Blame at the bottom. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Yeah, surrender to the divine. Drop the blame, the shame on yourself and on others. And when you show the world the real you, the true, authentic you, being very, very transparent, you're rewarded abundantly in many ways. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. This is so true, and you have to get into a specific, your core vibrational alignment with yourself, meaning that you just got to be real. You cannot play a part, be on performance for others or yourself or with life. This is life. You with life, your relationship with life reflects the relationship with yourself. We got got some cards mixed up in here. Loneliness. We'll put it below here. I laugh because this card just wants to appear in every reading I do. Makes its appearance one way or the other. You may feel lonely at times, and this is only when you're not being your true, real you. The true, real you can't be on point all the time. Can't be happy-go-lucky all the time. I hear Gemini. The true, real you has multiple personalities, believe it or not, but they're linked to multiple emotional states that we carry. The more you know yourself, the more you understand yourself and the specific dynamics, and we're getting a lot of assistance energetically here now to really deeply understand ourselves, our journey, and what life is really trying to show us so that we can evolve into a much better state of being, state of living. We have to, when we get to that point and we realize how powerful our energy truly is, and it's linked to our perception, our mind, the stories we tell ourselves, that's a big responsibility. You know, that's a big responsibility because all of our energy is connected. So we have material and spiritual prosperity. So when we drop the blame, we drop the judgment, and we get real deeply down and dirty, honest with ourselves and with life, with spirit, with source. Make those adjustments, right? That's when we are co-creating with the universe, with life. And things just start to magically, or not so magically, energetically work in your favor. Material and spiritual prosperity. We've all had those moments. You can't explain how it happened. It just happened, and it was like luck is on your side, or miracles happen. No, this is getting into alignment. Getting into alignment with your higher self, with source energy itself. It requires complete and utter honesty, because if you're not honest with yourself, I mean, you're just lying to yourself. The universe knows everything. There's no sense in trying to hide something or retell a story in a different way, or blame others, or blame anything, because we are all one. We are connected, and we're definitely not alone. That loneliness card, we are not alone. Okay, I don't know where that came from, but that was specific. Okay, a new romantic cycle begins. Honesty. Okay, that's where we were already. Suffering in silence. I think I pretty much summed that up with the blame and dropping the blame, getting really honest with ourselves. We're going to tap into, we create our own suffering by sticking to a certain story or playing the victim, not playing the victim, but it is sort of a falling into victim mentality. That's a better way of putting it. Recognizing we have different aspects and parts that we play, depending on our emotions, our moods, depending on the planetary alignments. We're not fully in charge here. I have to point that out. Surrender to the divine. We're not even fully in charge of these bodies, not the energetic body. So get real honest with yourself so you can release yourself from suffering. Express, show the world the real you. The real you. The primordial energy you were born into this planet with. That real you. Oh, I got the chills. Okay. So still working in shadow, or meeting parts of the shadow that maybe you haven't met before or wanted to get to know or recognize. These are aspects of yourself that we deny, suppress, repress, push away, pretend they're not there, tell a different story, but it's still there. It's always there. You can run, you can hide, but you take your stuff with you and your shadow. And I think that now it's time to become friends with the shadow and be honest with yourself and the shadow. Release yourself from suffering, especially suffering in silence. There's angelic support here, trying to balance out the energies for us all in our own unique way. The more we surrender to it, to the energies that come in, to the experiences that come in, to even the people who the energies come through towards us. It's usually key people in our lives, the only people that can really hit certain heartstrings, certain triggers, certain things in us. Pay attention to those. Those are deep, important messages actually coming through the cosmos, through another person, to you. So no need to blame. Look in that mirror. This is an important time to really get honest with ourselves. Get into right relationship with ourselves. And there have been some challenging aspects with Pluto, with Saturn, with the Sun. There's a Saturn and Venus, challenging. Pluto and the Sun, challenging. The world. As I'm talking, we have all these cosmic energies working in our favor. They're doing it, and sometimes it may seem painful or challenging, but it is also stripping away what is false, what needs to be revealed, flowing with the cosmic dance here. Cycles are trying to wrap up. Big, big, big cycles, karmic cycles. There's a new cycle on the other side of this eclipse that we can all transform into. We need to surrender. And when you have a big energy that pulls at you, listen to it. Learn from it. Don't let it take over you, but understand it. Understand the shadow speaking to you. These are Chiron. These are hidden aspects of self, hidden traumas, hidden emotional traumas that have been stored in the body. Could be birth trauma. Yeah, I was just talking about this in the water sign video. We don't realize how much trauma comes up to be conscious, made conscious. And these are things that we really wouldn't have conscious memory of. But if you're born on this planet in like a general hospital, that's traumatizing. That is the first introduction to Earth school. But then from that point on, with most humans not understanding, and now it's getting better, but in our generations before us, not many understood the energetic body, the importance of emotions, the importance of how we truly connect, even telepathically connect, especially to our children. Things are going to shift and change into that way of understanding the human body, the human condition, but we still have to understand what has done some damage to us and created patterns, coping mechanisms, shadow. Just created suffering, created separation, created a lot of dissociation from these painful emotions, because that's a way of coping with life. It's like you can't walk around life forever in this extreme and suffering and pain, emotional pain. We develop other aspects, other parts that sort of take over. They're part of the ego, protectors. It had to happen that way, but it doesn't have to continue to happen that way. 3 of Cups, Partnerships and alliances, abundance. So when we strip ourselves down bare naked and we're vulnerable and we're transparent and we're real and we're honest, we show the world the real you at every moment, knowing that every minute, every second of every day, you are interacting with life. Show the world the real you. You'll find abundance. You'll find things appearing. You'll realize how grateful you are, how abundant you truly are. You will start to bond and connect with others in true unconditional love, harmony. Prince of Swords in reverse. So some of these things that I'm speaking of are still not really clear in your consciousness yet. You may still be working through a lot of these things. There's a lot to work through right now. The shadow. Okay, we're going to get one more row for you. And I'm getting, it's possible that it could be like through the second pass, the second eclipse. Which will be a lot of Scorpio energy and a lot of Pluto energy. There'll be a lot, things will be a lot clearer. I mean, everybody's journey is different and the timing is hard to time anything really. Nothing is linear here. But as more and more of us come to conscious awareness of what's actually happening here, the more helpful it is. Yeah, working with the cosmic awareness. See the spirit guides working there, connecting to that, trusting that, pivoting life. Suddenly it's like, oh no, I'm in my head. I'm doing my robotic programmed, conditioned, human conditioned things, and then suddenly like spirit like catches your eye somehow and you're like, oh right, this is the journey I'm on. Little pivot, a little shift in perspective. It shifts your energy, it shifts your consciousness. So surrender to that and you'll pick up on a lot more clarity. It requires slowing down. Requires slowing down. And also recognizing how certain energies, the devil, which is anything, our coping mechanisms, our addictions, how we made it through the darkness, through the pain, how we survived. Don't let that hold you hostage and keep you captive. It's important to connect to what you truly are grateful for and in abundance of. Connect to nature. Connect to things that are important to you. We can't take anything else with us when we leave this planet, but we can take our energy, our experiences, and the energy that we've given off to others. And so it's much better to connect to this energy than this energy. Because what you, what you put out, you get back. Always. Even as a reaction. A reaction can trigger a certain pattern in the mind, a certain perception, a certain judgmental perception even. Temperance. 8 of Swords. Just make sure you don't get stuck in that. If you have something that comes up or something that triggers you and it triggers a reactivity and the story turns on in the mind and things are even kind of confirming themselves and then suddenly you're trapped in that energy. You're unable to see clearly. You're unable to move. Connect to your higher self, connect to nature, balance that, temperance. The energies are already working with us. So allow that work to be done and work with it. Connect with that energy. Where is it guiding you? What is it guiding you to review in yourself? What is it guiding to, what have you not shown to the world about yourself? Okay, let's get some advice for you. Air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. We always have a choice when we're brought to, when certain aspects of ourselves or ways of ourselves are brought to consciousness. We have a choice. We can either see that and make the adjustments that we know we need to make, or we can deny them. We can turn that around and end up blaming our circumstances or others or just whatever. I'm too emotional. I'm too this. I'm too that. Okay. I'm too tired. I'm too tired. That's always my excuse. What is the advice for air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini? Thank you. Call of the Muse. So there's an inner calling that's coming out within you, and you feel it, you sense it, and it does pull you into some beautiful, harmonious, flowing energy. Trine. It may also be showing yourself where you judge yourself too much. And you may have manifested that judgment coming off from others to show you, like, do you see how you actually talk to yourself? Do you see how you see yourself? Okay. When you feel the call of the Muse, you are being invited to create, to be the artist choreographing your life, serving on behalf of the great artist, divine source. While the process feels intensely personal, your ego and self-identification are, ironically, the most unnecessary parts of the equation. While you might think you own the magic of your creativity, can you truly say you're the source of the inspiration? Similar to the spirit of genius from card 29, imagine your creativity stemming from another spirit guide, the Muse. Just as the genius needs to partner with your intellect, so too does the Muse need you to open your heart and let magic flow through your intuition and emotions. Stop seeing yourself as the center of the process and instead see yourself as a partner in a creative dance. Sometimes you might be inside the music and the feelings, the story and its expression. Other times you observe from the sidelines, watching it all flow from an unknown yet deeply intimate source. Today your Muse is calling you to be a channel and allow the creative energy to flow through you. The energy of emotion is waiting to be given a voice, a name, a shape, or a color. Journal. Finish that writing project. Start something new. Paint. Sing. Dance, and don't worry about where any of it lands. It has its own plans for you. Your Muse knows where this is all meant to go. For you, the big magic is in the experience of answering the call. Yeah, I've been feeling that too. This is why we're really called to meet and greet our shadow, because there's a bigger calling that is calling out to us all. And there's a lot of things that we want to let go of and release so that we can actually answer that call. So I hope that this was helpful for you, air signs. And I'm sending you guys out so much love. Take care. Bye.